Oui, cette liste bienvenue cause ça fait nous cette liste nous saison jazz ça bagaille la show me like the young legends I call them. They fresh in the scene, but trust me, talent yo go. Oui, comme Red Book aujourd'hui nous gagner un bon temps avant nous aller l'autre segment show. Yeah, I have royalty in the house, Gersham, talented Gersham and Shayne Ross. Except this is the talent, two talents, trust me. I'll just give them the floor. And they will tell you the ambitions, their journey, what they're about. Qui ça yo mène ici à pour 10 ans. So, bienvenue à la show. Moi, ça veut tous les deux, ça parle pas toi, yo ça parle anglais.
Moi, ça parle, na match, na chante, quoi.
Oui, so.
Mauvais quoi.
Now, c'est ça, moi, maintenant, les artistes qui viennent, avec yo versatile. Oui, avec langage yo, the mother tongue. Chaque monde parle langue maman yo. Oui, c'est important cette liste. So, welcome, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what about you guys? Tell the listeners.
Well, initially there's this project going on the island right now. It's called the Island Collective. It's an initiative like by tourism, where they bring a number of artists together, where we can, get some free recording, that kind of stuff, and put out some projects, and then it's fully ours, like per se.
Yeah. And that's an initiative by the Ministry of Tourism.
Yes.
Yeah, great. And how is that working?
It's going good. I mean, it's trial and error at the end of the day, but it's a good initiative. The entire idea behind it and what it can produce.
I read the slogan, trial and no error.
Trial.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But a lot of solutions might not know you. Some might. I think Shayne have been around for a while.
For a little while.
Yeah,
even though you introduced me as a
yeah, he's an MC too, master of ceremonies. They will say from la last at least. Ça n'a drive in there at least. Let's say Queen show. Ou ka way là. So ça me mean. Let's say Queen show il ka last at least.
Well, moi dodel si vai lá. Dodel.
Moi si vous laisse side women.
Moi toujours laisse side. Mais on chame moun ka pa konnen dia nous ka parler de ora ça afodi on chame moun ka de ou c'est un de ces moun qui fait moi réel sorti de pour faire ça na faire actuellement moi oui merci pour ça devant tout le monde because I remember a couple of years ago you were doing a
not a couple, a lot of years.
Ma appelé di l'âge yo. On chame l'année passée ou te ka faire by à place Modern Fashions V4. Donc des gars DJ, des gars ouvert mic là, des moun vinn chanter Beenie Man. Et pour chanter Beenie Man ça, des gars jouer un album Many Moods of Moses.
Oui.
Et moi vinn like moi chanter Sim ma whole chanter freak out là moi.
Freak out là, exactly.
Oui, tout le monde à place la freak out tout. Moi je CD ça, c'était premier CD moi tenu. Many Moods of Moses by Beenie Man. Et by là c'était un original cassette, pas pièce by knockoff.
Knockoff, oui.
Oui, original cassette.
Exactement, si moi dis ça Johnny ça, hein. Johnny ça, c'était un temps, moi j'ai one record by Shocking Vibes, which was part of Beenie Man's crew. That's from Jamaica. Moi ici pour aujourd'hui, on a mucho un temps ça, on laisse ça moi j'ai gardé quoi, on laisse ça, avec Beenie Man aussi. And coincidentally, Beenie Man is performing
tonight. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And I was very close to Shocking Vibes, which is Patrick Roberts and the crew in Jamaica. Technique sexy monza. But they got one record by Master Mix. Toutes ces companies are. Oui, but they got by Many Moods of Moses. Just so dog. They happen to win the Grammy, I think.
I think for that
because it had things like do you know? Tell me what you really know about this great man, Steve Biko. It had the country and western tune that George Jones.
It had the western, I think. Yeah,
I think it's it or the other one.
But that's something I'm not sure if it's King of the Dancehall.
I'm not sure, but
he's Beenie Man is right and Beenie Man.
But let's see, we were portrayed by Red Book, and tell me if you remember that photo. That's the look at the time. And Beenie Man actually, that's the week I gave that promo. That photo is from that time there.
Nice.
So imagine let's have at the cameras at least go phone camera by go and let's have the Motorola boat phone. So what is that même qui importe? So they need an actual camera. Oui, But no, but if you see, but lo gadi pote sa, ou fe Bini man gasa. When you see Bini man, what book that journey? Yeah, when you see Bini man and at that show, I was going to Rockers Award in Jamaica, and it was Bunny Ruggs from Third World, Lady Saw, Merciless, may he rest in peace.
That was the golden days of dancehall.
Dancehall, man.
Was
really, and they had the Devontae and yeah, that's me and Merciless and Beanie and them came and meet me at the airport. That's Merciless at the airport in Jamaica. I was a young boy there, and that's Beanie and Merciless. That same week, the week after I brought these CDs down, the Many Moods of Moses, and go again. That's Beanie. Is it Beanie? Yeah. That's the look you remember.
So you can check also, you can check also.
Well, Magaila, that moment people pass the check you by. But that was way back, and that same time, man, around that time too, a few years after that, I was there again, and then got a historic shot of legendary Garnet Silk Ash. Yeah, I was there for that when Aunt Garnet Silk died.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So that is a historic. I didn't put it on the screen, but that's a historic photo of Garnet Silk's Ash.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man, so big up, but let's go back to regular programming. Say about me, say about you.
Yeah, man. So the Island Collective, basically, it's a core group of 3 individuals. That's in the people of Thaddeus, Dorville, Horace, Darrell, better known as Coco Stick, and Swain Jabatis of SE Digital, the producer behind it. And the idea is to essentially keep releasing solid St. Lucian music. Various artists in terms of compilations, whatever the case may be, but to just keep releasing music of a very high quality that hopefully will last, will not just be seasonal. For example, I mean, right now, a lot of people are concentrating on releasing a lot of soca and, just for carnival. Yeah. And a lot of that doesn't translate into after the season is done. So the idea is to produce music of music that's not just seasonal. As difficult as that task would be, because as you very well know,
music,
just music, yeah, man.
Yeah. Authentic St. Lucian
music. And if you, I mean, with this particular compilation, the genres, if they were not part of this compilation, I don't know how they would fit in together. But the common thread throughout all of them is the fact that it's St. Lucian music, and it's by St. Lucian artists, and the collective essentially came together to put this fantastic body of work together, really.
Not cutting you short, it's just it shows like the versatility of St. Lucian bread music.
Absolutely.
I mean, sometimes we have this stigma that, as a St. Lucian, you can't do reggae, or you can't do jazz, or you can't do, this, you can't do that. But we as St. Lucians, we very versatile. I would say we're the most versatile in the entire Caribbean, and that's not like me being biased in any way.
As you say versatility, so this is a much of versatility. It's something for the people, a cappella. I put you guys on the spot. It's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day.
Gersham will go first.
So Gersham, yeah.
Big up.
Yeah. Well, it's something for St. Lucian. No need that music push it too, but who could have done vocal capabilities in Namsala? C'est non ça pas ordinary. They are world class.
So I'll sing one of my favorite compositions. When your sky turns to gray, you have to push harder. Just lost my job today, still my smile getting brighter. You see my world's caving in, I wonder. Tell them, say it is what it is, and everything is everything. And bread and no butter them, youths them are suffering, and still I juggle fruits and the sunrise to the setting of the sun. Times I may not pretend, system me reprimand, me represent for every ghetto youth when I've no friend.
Yeah, big up. Yeah, man. Yeah, they might have vocals, they say, about your dues, say, yo.
Yeah, man, that's all right. But I should preface what I'm about to do by saying that I'm focusing a lot on Creole in my music right now, so you will get a lot of Creole.
That's important.
Yeah.
You're personalizing the music.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have to put that St. Lucian stamp on it. So I'm gonna preview. It's actually not even part of that song, but I'm gonna preview a different song. So it goes like this. Tout l'amour moi ni ça c'est pour Ou ni che mwen pizye mwen tou. Maka jeme kwenew, an cham la mwen ble menew, e goute pou e si bagay la dou. Mwen ni yon bagay mwen ni pou diw, avan ou fe mwen tiye ha domiw. Pardon si mwen gombe, na santi mwen ka tombe, pis mwen ka we l'amou an dan Fijiw. Merci bon Dieu pour Doudou, merci bon Dieu pour Doudou. Merci bon Dieu pour Doudou, merci bon Dieu.
Now un shy moun nan live la, zaba himself sa gombe.
Ça goes up.
Oui, they don't know what gombe is. Ou li pou sorti un check wey yol. Gombe for more po.
Imagine when he played me that song the first time, I was telling him like, yo, bro, like, some of them words like you don't hear them. Yeah, man.
You don't hear them.
Ou patent se parole sa. Patent se parole.
Now I love feature now. Gombe. I love it anyway. It's money.
Oui, c'est ici au Gaza, parce que je vais pas y gombe. Après, nous la tête des Jule, Gaza. Oui, man, but so simply that's how you measure good artists. When someone could sing a cappella and the vocals could grab you. Un shy moun kwe music c'est just des ordres. No. Et c'est là où ça chanté by yon moun, des moun. Ça qui plus difficile by comme artiste.
Oui.
Et quand shy moun ba ko bon temps, you ka kwesi un go crowd c'est là ni possibility that ou kay
moun ou kay toucher
yon moun. Mais là ka chanté by des moun, trois moun. Parce que pas jamais ka faire un show avec show a flop.
Ou ka fait un pan music. You have to stay in key, you have
key and melody.
Yeah, all of that.
And flow.
You know.
Parce qu'on va jamais faire un show avec show à passeport. Et qu'on est pour performer.
Même si
show à passeport. Et qu'on a payé. Et qu'on est fou, man. Et qu'on a qui laisse mon rythme pour bailler quoi.
Qui laisse ça?
Gaza, Papa Veda.
Oh.
Yeah.
The major même.
Papa Veda, Gaza. Un jour, nous Amérique, Gaza. Et un show flop, Gaza. Puis l'autre monde dit, nous avons dans le Labor Day, 9 different shows. Oui. So Veda Gaza, là Gaza, m'a appelé un promoteur, non. Un promoteur qui a dit, après il m'a dit, est-ce que nous allons faire la panne moun? Et m'a fâché. Veda is still like quiet. Veda dit, man, I came here to sing, you know. Yeah, man.
C'est vrai, il nous doit avoir il doit avoir
I go I design. So promoter now, me tellement fâché. Me just buy Veda, go and sing. He buy Veda, Veda just beat him as like a less station. Veda forget about it, let's be now. Papa Landet Kabe. Yeah, man, but the vibe is a good, that's a good initiative. And will you guys be performing at Jazz, any of the events?
Well, this year for me, no, I'm not performing.
I know you performed last year.
Yeah, I was off island for a little bit, and when I came back, I just came back to this revamp everything. There'll be a couple of releases.
As you say releases, yeah. I hope Wetbook have them there. Wetbook you have them there?
Yeah.
I send you 2.
There'll be a couple releases during time.
I send you a portion of them. So let me just take one from the bag. Like when you buy a ticket, Yardie,
yeah, we have a free ticket giver. What's the number to call though?
4-6-3-3-9 union.
Everybody. It has to be a 2-part question though.
Yeah.
When no woman they see how can it start going be. It has to be part of the question. 2 parts. So you have to be able to explain what it means to be.
Me say mon last week as a new followers like I'm Blackie. I love Let Me Take You Home. I was so shocked when I heard it was a St. Lucian singing. One love to your guests.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good vibes. A legend is saying good vibes to you. That's Lady Lynn.
Hey.
Good vibes to Shayne Ross and the young man, Gersham. Yeah.
Hello, Lynn. good to hear from you, man. Yeah.
Okay. Cornelia Jacob said, "Yo, it's about to rain. Tell Shayne and Andy stop." Now, Bridget Leon.
When it's about to rain, what does she mean?
Yeah. Yo pas jamais dit bon vocals qu'a cassé fait.
Oh.
So he says I some guys. Okay, Bridget Leon in the US, she's saying Yardie, is this John Legend? Is Gigi?
Ah, John Legend pas parler Creole.
C'est Gigi there.
John Legend pas parler pièce Creole.
Great voice. John Legend pas parler Creole. Regarde le gouvernement. Gouvernement. I just decided.
You got the gouvernement?
Gouvernement.
Ah, you don't.
Good morning. I don't chase Good morning. No work to do today. Yeah. Oui. Okay. Mamundi. Okay, c'est this. Là, les textes là tellement mal. Avec moi, des autres plateformes, ça, c'est huge. But when vous venez en bas là, comment bouger?
Politics. In God we trust, but have some mercy, Lord. Building military bases, what is the basis? Get up, stand up, it's time to face this now. What you waiting for? Use your voice, you're not alone. Cause basically, we're divided not by race only. My apology, heaven has no first class seat. I pray thee for the mothers and the fathers and the babies. I pray thee, fighting a war with the enemies. I pray thee for the mothers and the fathers and the babies. So I pray thee, Lord. Birds flying high, you know how we feel. River running free, time shall reveal. Been searching for a long time, so we fighting like apartheid. Freedom is a must, it's like we walking through a landmine. Sometimes you lose, but mama don't cry. Someday you see the sunshine, won't cry. Cause basically, we're divided not by race only. My apology, heaven has no first class seat.
Except this is our aimé, ça m'a besoin de text up. Oui, just text up. Depuis our aimé, ça just text up. Oui, man, like this tune, ça, moi, quand the tune, ça. Wicked tune, man, I like the vibe, you know?
Yeah, man.
Oui, man, except this is, Usher is a tune, là, ça va être, donc, à cause de pas cette lycée. See, talent knows have.
We have a lot. We have a lot. And over the years, the production quality has stepped up. I mean, back in the day, I remember Libo was the top of the top.
You remember when he came in from what's his name? IT Rock.
Oh yeah.
That was the breaking in.
He had IT Rock and the whole Chronic Heights crew.
Chronic Heights, yeah.
You know, so Libo was the standard bearer for a very long time. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
But what happened is that because of the influence of people like Libo, a lot of other producers stepped up their game. So you find right now the quality of music that's produced in St. Lucia it's
top notch.
It's top notch.
Even some of the young folks.
Absolutely.
They understand the vibe.
There's who has a great sound is Islands from Viewford. His music is the quality of the music is phenomenal.
Because they did a track for the youth who won the Youth Fest one time. What's his name?
Sean.
Well, he actually won Youth Fest at one time too, didn't he?
He's two of them. He's the two of them.
He wone on his own.
Oh, he won on his own.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but when the youth came with that
Preteen. No, that's not
water. The holy water.
Right.
Nature.
No, that's not Sean. Is that
that's
Sean?
Sean.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
When okay, let me tell you the experience of that tune. I heard the tune, Jordan. I said, but that tune bad.
Yeah, man.
You have some tune you just hear? That man another youth named Pilot. I never knew these guys were selling.
That's another.
When I heard them two tunes. But when I heard that nature tune, I said, but that song bad. So I was there with Idonia at Hotel Chocolat. So we're doing a promo at Cots in Soufre. So while with them I tell him about that tune. And Donia had the tune and he can't believe.
His illusions, yeah.
And you know the youth came by Cots. While we there doing the promo and I introduced Didi to him and yeah, that tune, as I said, the melody in that tune,
man, it's fantastic.
The vibe, man.
It's a vibe.
And the holy water, the way the man played that, the man.
I mean, it's again over the years. I mean, you have people like Michael Robinson. You have
Gem.
Yeah, man. You have a whole bunch of.
And I feel like I mean that's a platform for us to discuss things like that. You know, like I mean I feel like there should be more of a push, and I congratulate the Island Collective for what they initiated. You know, initially, but there should be more of a push for the different genres in St. Lucia. Like we should have something like probably a R&B fest or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or a reggae
different.
fest, something different.
Out of the box.
Like we've been promoting like basically the same thing, and no flag to that. You know, everything has its placement, everything has its purpose and its time. But at the end of the day, like St. Lucians as a whole, we know.
Basically, you're saying an artist like you.
Yeah,
there's not an event.
There's not an event to say like,
apart from
alright,
jazz,
you know,
them things. Yeah.
You know, a St. Lucian can headline a show rather than bringing a foreign artist.
Yeah,
something
of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
but we have the capability to do it.
But we could work on that.
That's what I was telling you. We have.
That's the thing.
That's why it's born. That's why we can say it's born. It's
because things like that. I don't mean I'm getting on board and
yeah, that's why I tell you we have to talk.
About that. A lot of these things. I mean, if you really think about it too, is that because it's like what the palette of music that's being offered to the St. Lucian audience a lot of times is not, again, that's my own take on it. It's not diverse enough. And like you said, not knocking anybody on what they're doing. At the end of the day, you as a promoter, you want your event to sell out. You want to have, you know, but
you want coolers.
But we always, I think it always feels like, you know, if we have a bacchanal in there, like it's incomplete. But if you look at, for example, last night, Kingdom Night, that was last night, right?
Yeah,
and look at the amount of people that were there. I wasn't there myself, but from the pictures and the stuff that I saw, it's like there's definitely a market for all different genres of music in St. Lucia.
So we're versatile people,
absolutely
beautiful people at St. Lucia.
And my take on, like I said, what I believe in, what I want to do moving forward, is to showcase that Creole can be a part of that too, and that Creole can be diverse in terms of how it's presented.
Creole is a bad language.
It's a beautiful language.
Let me show you something.
Language.
Let me show you something. In the past, we produce tunes over even people read them, and our songs end up being bigger than the original in France and these places. Check one time Ali Cam did
Lamuno.
Oh. You know how big that song was, guys.
Let me tell you.
Ting recorded that one of our brethren, Ashadan.
Even
that song was so big, huge up to this day.
Also, I did a song on one of I don't know if it's one of Shakira's songs or
No man, Lucian Senorita.
Yeah, or something like that.
That was big too.
That was big.
No, let me tell you, that
Creole.
that Lamuno, that Alicat Lamuno, when I first heard that song, I was at RSL at the time. And when I
she had like this at RSL. What's her name? Wow, getting goosebumps. She called me for that song. What's her name, man? She
Medalise?
No man,
Alison?
No, she was in the politics as well. I forget it, man. She used to be the weather lady at HTS.
Oh, Mary
Polius.
She's at NTRC now.
NTRC, yes.
Yeah, but
she loved that tune and even what's his name, man? Gasper. Gasper been troubling.
I first played that song for Gasper because I remember I played it on air and I was like, St. Lucians, you'll need to listen to this. You know, and the lyrics on that, the delivery, the flow, Alicat hit that.
Yeah, man. I mean, si ou nou ekoba pou oti ou blanc kon fig ni le nou vin ansam l'amour nou kaka fini papa ou di mwen tonwe l'amour nou yo vle kwaze te mwen dou sa jentifi ou belle et puis jolie depuis mwen ton nou kouye non mwen na jwen bouton Freddy They got so many nadi. Ni a belle for money. Na men on la place samedi.
Yeah, man.
So the beauty of it is fully Creole.
Fully Creole and the lyrics spitting in that hard.
Fully Creole.
Yeah, man.
And you know what's fully Creole as well? My song on the Island Collective.
I listen to that tune.
It's a kind of.
I listened to that tune and I didn't even know it was you.
Really?
Yeah, I listened to that tune and I listened to Pilot have a new song too. Nice. Yeah, I listen to them tunes there. And I believe there is a market just for that. They have a vibe there. If you see around Creole time, I could picture a big show.
Let me tell you, that's part of my calculus.
That's a vibe, and because consider, you know.
Yeah, man. Because if you really look at it again, what's offered to us for Creole music, if anything, the level of the offerings or rather the diversity of it has gone down over the years. Because back in the day, you had bands like, you had the Quavers. And by the way, inviting people to check out Jazz on the Square this afternoon because there's Gregory Piper is putting on a tribute to the jam bands of yesteryear. Okay, so yes, that's going to be very, very interesting. I mean, Jazz on the Square.
And how do
you call them? Quavers, True Tone. I don't know if I don't know the playlisters yet. But yeah, man. So back in the day, there was a lot of the live music, and right now we're lacking that. We don't have that much live
another
music.
Thing I believe that I don't know. Some bands might feel offended when I say that. The sampling. I think they are oversampling.
I think you're the second person to stay that in.
No, sampling is good, you know.
For this week.
Overdubs is good.
Mike said the same thing on the week.
But oversampling. Yeah, oversampling because you're not playing.
Or it becomes just like a DJ thing.
Yeah, like a DJ thing with a man just. It come like you Milli Vanillion.
Yeah.
You check it. How I see it.
Well, the interesting thing is if you follow what's happening, what's trending industry wise, there's a lot of sampling too.
Yeah.
There's sampling and there's sampling.
Yeah, there's two different types of sampling. Most of what you hear, like
sometimes a interpolation. But when you sample a whole, that's a problem.
Because I'm torn, and I'll tell you why I'm torn. Because, for example, as a performer, you want when I have a band playing for me, back me up. I want the process to be as seamless as possible and as close to what's recorded as possible.
You know that's why Cartel is not a good band musician. Cartel don't like band. And I ask you, I'm telling you that. I tell you that because my brethren used to manage him in his earlier years. I worked bringing him here. In his early years, even when when the work from him, I was part of that clique. And Cartel never liked band. If you notice all his shows he do
back in track.
He never liked band. You know, a lot of people who use band, they have problems in staying key. And all them type of things. So they sing as is what they because when you record your song and you have that recording. You after singing that so much,
it becomes a pattern. Like it's like when you start it, your mind just goes okay.
So you know that.
It's like somebody singing good at karaoke, but when it comes to going and sing that same song live, they can't sing it.
Yeah, you have to have a lesson.
So your teacher big you up there. Say good morning, Yardie. Okay, and Jaim. Okay, Wet Boog. So big up Wet Boog. Big up to your guests. I'm very impressed. I remember Gersham from many years ago preparing students for CSEC music at Chozel Secondary School. He has come a long way. So proud of him. Love. And that is from Mahoney Oje.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Music teacher.
At Compreve.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my first set of initiation into music, you know, like them. These times they're like, I mean, obviously I grew up in church, so I was initiated in music from church, but my first like theory on music was from Mr. Oje, that's at Campus A. Yeah, so big up Mr. Oje.
Now, Mr. Oje have a lot of history, you know.
Yeah, man.
When I was the first runner-up in Junior Calypso in 1980, he guided me. And he gave me the name Fantastic Patrick.
Oh,
my name have nothing to do with
Fantastic Patrick?
Yeah.
That's
But But because your name is Andrew.
My name is Andrew.
Like,
it has nothing to do with Patrick. But just to get a rhyme, man.
Fantastic Patrick.
So that was your stage name? That was your...
Yeah, man, I was first runner up and I ended up performing in Marshall when Marshall had Too Young to Soca at the Beaufort Boys School. I performed at the Piton place in Halsey and with them. But I did doing some work at the archives recently, you know. And I came across that article.
Patrick.
Yeah, fantastic. So I take a photo of it. I have it over. Because that year Jasper won.
That's a bad name, you know.
Yeah, fantastic.
Man, it's like a show where
nobody you make Patrick gather. So but as I done big man there, I tried to say, all of us said, boy, that's pretty fantastic Patrick. Like, Bunny and you move like Patrick.
Like right.
No, that ain't easy.
If he's in a time like...
And you young boy too, eh? You like that day boy. And when you know, as I'm a big man now, I recall when the MC called him, next on stage, Fantastic Patrick!
If it's a time like now there, when they have SpongeBob and them thing, they children go give me jokes in
school. No, but imagine, like, I remember my first big performance. It killed me. My first performance was at Monroe Combined. And that was the first, there was actually the first and only Calypso competition. And I think, what was my stage name? I remember I sang a song called Mete Call Duet. Right, even way back then, and that was produced by Breeze Fevrier.
Oh, legend.
Yeah, legend and as a matter of fact, going back to the same thing we were talking about earlier about the bands, there was a band from Monroe that was doing very well, a band called Rebel Rockers.
Rebel Rockers, you know, were bad. They wrote one of Educator's big. I think they back up Educator.
He was part of the band as well.
Yeah, man. And he will have my soca beat, got it, let it play.
I don't even know that one.
And pretty little Sheila in love with a drug dealer. All that is Rebel Rockers and Protoss and Educate. Yeah,
and so we have a rich history of music that we're not tapping into.
Yeah, we need to.
We need to tap into.
I feel like we need to bring that back, that aspect of the music back. Even like during Creole Day too, not just saying it's Creole Day, but they should have an entire Creole month where music is the focus. Even since Cecilia's Day, like musicians is not even showcased enough. As they used
to. They make the avenue for them. Eh?
Yeah, I was just saying.
As
like
they used to.
You know, you have to
for them. But before it was bigger with less revenue.
With less.
Listen, this guy, Buffalo, for example. Buffalo puts on a show every since
Steve Barbershop too.
I didn't.
Steve has the biggest thing every year.
Has a big one, yeah?
Yeah, every year.
I knew about Steve,
and free food.
I remember NBC used to do it at one point. NBC used to do it at one point.
It's necessary. At the end of the day, it's like, and not just that too. Right now, there's so much music being released. You have AI music coming out now where it's like I don't even want to go down that road there. This whole AI music
scary.
It's very scary.
It's scary.
So it's like imagine you're in a situation where you can just be bombarded with all different types of genres at any point in time. At the end of the day, what you have to do in situations like this is to try to focus on what relates to you, what touches your soul. And to me, nothing touches a St. Lucian soul more than a particular type of rhythm, right? And then on top of that, you incorporate the Creole in there, you incorporate different elements that makes it authentically and uniquely St. Lucian. And then we can say, you know what? We are creating music for our people, because what we are doing there, this is essentially writing culture, writing history. Because in the future, people will have to reference what we have done now to be able to determine what the St. Lucian identity is supposed to be, or what the St. Lucian identity can represent. And again, again, you can't just come with, a lot of times people just talk about, dada and this and that, make it. And I'm not saying that.
Yeah, they feel for them to get a forward.
Yeah.
They must put us some.
They have to sexualize it.
And they don't play any words.
That is the thing now, and which is why I mentioned specifically the word dadao. For example, there's no word in Creole called dadao.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there called dadao. So at the end of the day, like if you're going to say it, find a way to say it creatively. Yeah. Use the language, because there's a whole Creole dictionary that's available online that you can just go through and do the research.
Well, I was just about to say, you have to understand that as a primary language for an island, it's supposed to be within our curriculum at schools. You understand? Now that is a topic that people don't want to tap into, but that should be at school, because most of these children, they don't know Creole, and it's still
the majority of people don't know Creole.
It's still demonized in there at the end of the day. Creole is still demonized. Like if you talk in Creole country, or,
but
you know what I mean?
But they associate that with country people.
But that's what I'm telling you, which is crazy.
When you meet a girl, especially from the city, her Creole is horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, she can't communicate.
But not just the girls. A lot of people. And like for example, some people can understand it. Some people can understand the gist of what you're trying to say, but they lost, man. They lost. So for example,
they can't enjoy some things.
Was like Gombe.
Yeah, Gombe
right?
is
a word that.
That's a shame, because
Gombe ouvert bouchon. Nobody knows, because we have to ask the question. So tell him what it means, really.
When the Chinese man come, he happy to speak his language. When the Spanish man come, they happy to speak their language. But
then they learn our language,
They love it. They like our accent, they like our thing, and we copycatting everything else. But
that's a problem we have, appreciating our own.
Yeah, man.
How many of us appreciate the island in terms of all the scenery we have, all the vibe?
But I'll tell you what, one of the reasons I think that is, and I had this discussion with the late Frank Novilla a long time ago. I think we were at the Mexican embassy, and he was telling me about, there's not an appreciation for what is ours, the local culture. And I said to him, I'm like, listen, I don't think that there's not an appreciation for it. What I think it is that it's not presented in a way that is modern or palatable in a lot of instances. So for example, and we spoke about green fig, right? If you go to Barbados, for example, their national dish is flying fish and cuckoo. And if you see the way that they do flying fish and cuckoo in so many different ways, it's presented in a gourmet style. But we in St. Lucia, for example, green fig and saltfish is the national dish. How you know people cooking green fig?
It's boiled.
But in the first place,
just boil it.
Fig is not Creole.
It's not. Saltfish is not Creole either.
But I saying fig. Fig is an North American fruit.
True.
Which is sweet.
True.
And it's not fig.
And it's small.
No, but listen,
and we see when a lot of people
if we go down that road, we're going deep, because saltfish. Saltfish it was originally salted cod. Salted cod is a North Atlantic fish. That's not a fish that's found even anywhere in the Caribbean.
Canada and them places.
But that is not our fault. You see, the mere fact that saltfish is incorporated within St. Lucian, not even just St. Lucian culture, the entire Caribbean culture. That is not our fault. That was brought here during a time where, during the time of slavery. Saltfish was brought here as a low budget way of creating, for slaves to have protein. So we as slaves in that time, as black people, we love creating culture. So we created a whole culture out of the ugliest thing. Just like oxtail was used as scraps. It was used as scraps.
You can have it big.
Yeah, but nowadays that's one of the most expensive things you can buy. Even saltfish is one of the most expensive things you can buy.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I'm not disagreeing with the origin of it or anything like that.
Yeah.
But moving forward, okay, if you want your culture to develop, if you want your national identity to develop, then at some point you have to be like, you know what? Maybe we should stick to something that is readily available in the Caribbean, for example, or readily available in St. Lucia. Because again, it's salted cod.
I feel like
it's something that has to be imported.
I feel like changing that
would
changing
take the national identity.
It will take away from what is culture. Because remember, there's tradition and there's culture. Like it's two different variations,
But you see,
what I mean?
Anything can become part of your culture as long as you do it regularly and sustain it. If you do it for a long period of time, then it becomes part of your culture eventually.
Yeah.
And again, that's why I said I have no issue with the origins of it. But if you want to talk about something that is authentically St. Lucian, saltfish is not authentically St. Lucian. As a matter of fact, we don't even have a culture of salting fish in St. Lucia. The only other place
well, we do that, you know.
Yeah, we doing
Fish.
it. My mother doing it.
Yeah.
My mother doing that a lot, and the sun drying it. My mother
I mean, I've seen it.
No, they have
for example,
we have it in
with a
catfish.
fish.
Catfish you buy every Saturday.
It's a
One of
fish
the guys
called.
working for me used to
It's
be-
a fish called
he died.
Viege.
Viege zombie.
Viege
man.
zombie.
Yeah, you know the
Okay,
vibe.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
my name's Hamza.
Yeah,
Viege zombie.
But so all of these things, for example, a few people do it. It's more of a niche thing, right? But everybody knows saltfish, so people should know about Viege zombie. In that case, you get where I'm
I
from?
think we have to give
Yeah,
away
man.
the ticket. Yeah,
Yeah, we have to get going
Yeah.
soon because we have a next show.
Yeah.
Wednesday, you know, we're busy. We have to tackle. We
Of
have a guest to call. So, St. Lucia Koyodula initiative, sir. It's a very good initiative. Trust me, guys. You guys always support what's ours. Yeah, the same way we support others. Support what's ours. And I believe your manager or PR guy. Yeah, you have a little packet.
Big up Thaddeus Doville, man.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus Doville.
Thaddeus Doville, yeah, you could walk in, bring in the stuff. No, just bring in the stuff, man. You will not be on camera.
Thaddeus camera shy.
What's the
Camera
question?
shy.
What's the question?
What
So
if-
two-part
The
No.
question is who are the artists on the Island Collective and what are the song names?
Name two besides those sitting in front of you.
True.
Yeah, two
Well, all
besides-
four they have to name.
Okay, that's for tonight, right?
Yeah, that's for tonight.
That's Caribbean Fusion CPC. You see Beanie Man Bounty. And then only take it easy.
And then and part to explain what's the meaning of gobe.
No, that one expired already.
It expired already, that's already- oh,
boy.
Somebody tell me send the ticket for them. They send the answer already for me.
Huh?
Zukazi Black, who go be. So
The number to call-
Go be not in it again.
What's the answer? Gobe means watching the thing with your mouth wide open. Give me a thing.
The person here,
No, but that's not the answer though. Gobe. So
well, that could pass.
it could
work.
pass, but gobe
Yeah,
officially
Gobe
means
that, like
to
you
stay.
Yeah, you
To stay, like you just to be entranced.
Yeah, that's kind of go be, man.
So let baila do tell mo ga gobe. Tout le monde dit ça c'est pour.
Another word for it, like for our baby.
So yeah, the number to call is 453-3911, and the question is who are the artists on the Island Collective, and what are the songs that each artist had? It had.
That hard.
Well, we just say there.
Just name two artists.
Two artists.
Besides myself and Gersham.
Yeah.
Because we've mentioned their names.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'll give a hint. One of them is a guitar.
And you get to go to the jazz. This is over $200. Yeah, over $200 because this trust me, Jolly special 20% off. So
And I remember watching Beanie Man and Bounty Killer in the
Yeah.
verses during lockdown.
that was a big
Oh,
thing. I think that's the verses that the most celebrities watch.
Yes. I mean, their culture is so influential across North American music.
Yeah, man.
It's undeniable. Man.
Yeah, it's
This
big.
is-
You know which song I look into him, man? From Beanie? True man, a bad man, wicked man, not take man fit all. You have me Glock in me and ma kill and destroy.
You think he'll jump that one?
Mama, your son name a go die 21 go up and shot body so sky.
Bounty Killer. War! And all time putting this boy chin
Kappa shot reaching.
and him dead.
I wonder if one day that some idiot would say that they want to go church. You do two, one say in a walk
Yeah.
and one say in church.
That's not the only song that he did that for, you know.
Yeah,
there was
man.
this song.
You know the vibe.
Man, that was
You listening long.
long.
Yeah, I was there.
Long.
I happened to be there.
When that was recording?
No, not when it was recording, but in that I used to be in
Jamaica?
a lot. I mean at Arrows and them place there. I used to be there like often. I used to be at Arrows.
Whoever
like,
calls in and
Yeah.
gives us the name can get
They need to call in now. 'Cause
phone lines are engaged, webbook, check the phone
after
lines.
deep out.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Bonjour.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Apart from Gersham and Shayne Ross, we have Avila King, Faraway, and Ashley Skired Pull-Up.
Is she correct?
That's
Yeah,
right.
that is
Absolutely right.
correct.
First caller. That was too easy, caller.
And what's your name?
Leanne Regis.
Leanne?
Yes.
You have a pen? Let me write it at the back of the ticket. What book? Let me have a pen.
Leon Regis.
Leon Regis.
Congratulations, Leon.
Congratulations, Leon. You could pick up your ticket at NBC's office. I hope you're not a part of the crew, you know.
No.
And NBC's office is in Sanssouci.
Okay.
Leon Regis. Okay. Well, Leon, I hope I spell your name right.
L-E-E.
Oh, L-E-E.
You spell it wrong.
L-E-E.
Hyphen, which is a dash, capital A-N-N.
L-E-E.
Hyphen. And.
Capital A-N-N.
Hyphen you do here. I see you put an apostrophe there.
I do apostrophe, I said hyphen.
Just say your name. Alright. It's been a
that was
pleasure.
there dash.
Alright. I just have to run the.
Yeah.
Hyphen zero dash.
Mama, it was nice having you.
Yeah,
It was fun, man.
I think we need to do that again.
Yeah, you guys must come, man. Let us know what happened.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll definitely reach out. This has been a lot of fun, man.
Sanssouci. She's there?
The person hung up.
Ok. Well, nous allons prendre un break cette ici. Chebe, ouais, pas molly, nous allons tout à l'heure.